guys, my name is Sabrina from Sabrina the Teenage Reader, and who's ready for summer? I am. Not really. Summer for me started a month ago and I haven't been doing anything with my life. Isn't that great? I'm here to recommend you some great books you can read by the beach. Some great beach reads. Yeah. Most of these books are really chill books that you will enjoy, and hopefully you will enjoy. So if you want to check any of these books out, I'll put a link down below. The first book that I'm going to be showing you is a book that I have a love and hate relationship with, as you may know or not know. And it's the Summer Turned Pretty trilogy by Jenny Han. Again, this is summer. This is the main reason I'm recommending you to this, is because it takes place on the beach. And it's just a coming-of-age story about this girl named Belly, I know, stupid name, in which she just finds herself and she becomes like a young adult and she falls in love. That's everything you want to know. And I know this book looks really dense, but honestly, this book is really easy to read, especially by the beach, because it gives like this beachy aura. It's not the best book ever, but it's a book that I know that you will probably enjoy. Then you will take a couple of hours to read and will be like, that was okay, that was good. The second book I'm going to be recommending to you is The Beginning of Everything by Robin Schneider, and this tells the story of this guy who used to be a jock and he used to be popular. However, after an accident and an injury, he's no longer an athlete, and then he starts hanging out with different people, and he meets this girl named Cassidy, and this girl's like the manic pixie dream girl. It's like super cute and quirky, and like they fall in love and stuff happens. But I think this is a pretty quick read that you will probably enjoy. You won't want to stop reading. It's full of cool references and it's really quirky and geeky. This book takes unexpected turns and ends up being like, you think it's gonna be like a book that you're gonna forget, but it ends up having some like really deep moments and some really cool things happening, some cool things that people say that, you know, makes it pretty memorable in my opinion. So this is probably one of the exceptions that I have towards my rules towards beach reading, because in my opinion, I think the beach reading should be like the less fantasy or sci-fi. I mean, you can do you if you prefer to read that on the beach, but I can't, because if it gets too complicated, I can't process it. And I'm going to recommend you the Selection Trilogy because even though it's a dystopian, it feels more like a contemporary for me, because it's like a fun, lighthearted book that it's kind of short and it's bubbly and fussy, and it's a book that tells the story of this girl named America Singer who enters a competition, basically like The Bachelor, but in the future, to be the next princess of the country and compete for the princess love. I know it sounds so cheesy and stupid. That's the first thing I thought about this series, but then I read it and it's so enthralling and it's so cute and quirky and you get so attached and you want to know what happens, and I find that it's really satisfying to read and really fun to read. These books are the ones that cure me from book slumps. The next book I have for you is Amy and Roger's Epic Detour by Morgan Matson. This book is about a boy and a girl, Amy and Roger obviously, who are holding hands, who are taking a road trip, and it's all about their road trip and I don't know, cute quirky stuff. And I think the road trips are really good books for the beach because you're like kind of traveling and you're going on an adventure while you're at this really cool place, and it's just a really cute and quirky book to read by the ocean. Da, 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 da. Keep on running. Book by the ocean. Another book that I have that I really enjoy is Landline by Rainbow Rowell, and honestly I would recommend any Rainbow Rowell book to you, like Eleanor Park and Attachments. They're mostly contemporary and they're really quirky and funny and they're really sweet, especially Eleanor Park, which is the story of two misfits who fall in love, and it's takes place in the 80s and it's so cute, and this takes place in the present, in which this woman who was having troubles with her marriage contacts her husband in the past via a magical phone. And yeah, I know that sounds kind of weird, but it ends up being a really heartwarming story that I really enjoy, and I hope that you will enjoy too, by the sea. Another book that I recommend is Summer Days and Summer Nights, which is a short story anthology that is compiled by Stephanie Perkins. It includes 12 love stories by different young adult authors such as Stephanie Perkins and Cassandra. And I'm pretty sure that if you like contemporary YA, or you like romance, or you like some cutesy poopsy, did I just say cutesy poopsy? Cutesy poopsy stories or tales, you will like that book. The last book I gotta recommend to you is another exception to my rule of beach reads should not be this complicated and dense and really harsh, and it's Milk and Honey by, forgot the author's name. It's a poem collection and it's really harsh because it deals with pretty harsh issues like violence and abuse and other sad things. And you know, you're at the beach, which is this really artsy place. Why not read some poetry? I know, you can be even more hipster. You're welcome. And I think that the beach, especially when the beach is really empty, is a place in which you can feel more connected to this earth and you feel your soul expand, which is complementary to Milk and Honey, which is a book that will make you feel those things. So I hope that you enjoyed all these books. Comment down below what are your favorite beach reads, and I'll see you later in the next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because if you're watching this and you don't subscribe, I will find you and I will kill you. Thank you for watching and happy reading. Bye! You are a very fine person, Mr. Baggins, and I'm very fond of you. But you are only quite a little fellow in a wide world after all. Thank goodness, said Bilbo, laughing, and handing him the tobacco jar. The end.